Hi, and thanks for joining me. I'm stood in my shower room where I have a problem, and the problem is that the shower tray is just far too small. This is the shower tray, which is 55 centimeters square, and as you can see, it is rather small. More modern shower trays tend to be about 70 centimeters square or larger. Let me show you round as best I can. It's pretty much as it was originally. I have changed the shaving mirror, which was rather tarnished, and the main mirror. I've also added this catch which keeps the door steady when I'm cruising, and this mirror. As the ceiling in the shower room is rather low, the shower curtain was slightly too long. This allowed it to be turned up and pockets formed in the bottom to have weights put in to keep it weighted down. We used washers for this purpose. Unfortunately, we couldn't get stainless steel ones, so some rusting has occurred, but the additional weight at the bottom has made sure that the curtain hangs into the shower tray. To attach the shower curtain to the sides of the shower cubicle, as it were, Velcro has been used, and this has been applied to the tiling and to the curtain itself. You can see here that there is very little space, and the way the curtain hangs is not ideal, as your body tends to cling to it once the curtain is wet. So, to overcome this difficulty with a small shower tray, I intend to move the shower curtain outwards, and I'm going to do that by providing a new shower rail outside. I have bought a fairly basic shower rail to use. I'm going to put that up outside the existing rail so as not to disturb what's there presently. Now, one of the difficulties with this shower curtain is it's a very thin material and it sticks to your body when you're trying to shower. So I have purchased a different shower curtain which is made of a vinyl material, and I think if I can get that rigid along one side so that it doesn't kink, that will help. Now, shower curtains come in a standard length of 1.8 meters, and also the width is 1.8 meters, so 1.8 meters square. The existing shower curtain was shortened to allow the weights to go into the bottom of it. When I put up the new rail, I won't know how long the shower curtain is going to be relative to the base of the shower tray, because it's going to hang at an angle, so it's very much a hit and miss. But anyway, let's see how I get on. Well, I think I should start by breaking into this and getting the parts available so I can work out what I need to do with them. So let's get some scissors. It would be easier to unpack this from a cardboard box. This might actually be easier with a knife. It's working far better. Some instructions here as to what to do, although I think I'm capable of working it out for myself. The other component I've got is a flat door threshold. I've bought this as it's got the same profile as much of the trim that is used in the boat, around the windows and in the bathroom. And I need to cut a short section of this so I can pad out where I'm going to screw in the fitting for the shower rail. Just open this gently. not too bad. Just give it a rub up with on the end. Well, I've now cut this piece to size. I've chamfered the opposite end. Some of these tasks aren't very easy. I don't have a workbench or vise or anything, so it's all a bit freehand, but I'm reasonably pleased with the way that's looking. I think it now makes sense to actually mount the fittings for the shower rails. This is where the new fixing for the shower rail is going to be mounted, just coming out a couple of inches. And the other one is going to be mounted just here. You can see this fits in reasonably well. I'm rather pleased with how that's worked out. The diameter of the fitting is larger than the original one, and as the ceiling is sloping, it means the centre of the shower rail is going to be a bit lower. So I think I might need to nip off a bit at the top here to move that up a little bit. Let's go and see what that looks like now. That certainly looks a more promising fit. I'll just tidy it up a bit more. Means of course that the cover won't fit now, so I'll have to trim that as well. These holes are very close to the edge of the tile, unfortunately. Marking with the pencil wasn't very successful, so I'll use a marker pen. That's much better indeed. I expect you all spotted that I started off with a high-speed steel drill. The reason for that is that I like to build up the hole size, but quite frankly it was useless. I have changed to this slightly larger masonry drill now, and I have made one hole already, which I can expand in a minute. I'm working on the top two holes presently. Yes, I can actually see powder coming off now. So the masonry drill does work a lot better. I think you can probably tell it's a long while since I've done any DIY. And it's ages since I've drilled through tiles, so I'm having to remember what to do. But I'm getting there, that's the main thing. The screws are just a tad too long. I'm actually screwing into the wooden board, which is the backing in the galley, and they're just slightly too long, so what I've done is I've put some washers underneath to pad them out a bit. That is now quite secure. Well, having got one of the fittings in place for the shower rail, I think I now need to consider cutting this to size. If I cut this first, then I can be assured that it will line up with the second fitting when I mount it. I just need to make sure that I reflect this bend in the length that I need, otherwise it'll be too short or too long. But before I do that, I'm going to tidy up the boat. You'll be surprised what mess I'm in. There's stuff all over the place, mainly because bits and pieces that I use are stored in different positions. Some are under the cratch cover, some are in the dinette, some are under the bed, some are in the wardrobe, all over the place. So I'm going to have a tidy up and have a bit of lunch, and then I'll carry on. Well, I've measured the length, so I now need to cut this. This is the first piece I'm cutting. Let's see how we get on. Let's slot this first piece into place. I'll tighten the screw a bit later. Right, I'll now push that into there and then work out the distance that's needed. I'm just making a skull mark where I need to cut. I'm now going to cut the second piece. A little mark there. Just see how that fits now. It goes in there and that goes there. Perfect. Very pleased with that. Just need to screw it in now and the row will be complete. The problem now is the alignment of these holes with the wood underneath, because this is curved. I don't know if you can see that, but I either do it that way or I turn this around and have two fully going through the wood but one then going into the architrave of the door, and I'd rather not do that. Don't want to damage the door frame if I can avoid it. I put my drill away earlier, but I think it's probably best to get it out again and make some guide holes for the screw. Otherwise the curve on the wood is going to cause it to split, and that's what I don't want to happen. Well, I've got my cordless drill out. Unfortunately one of the batteries is flat and the other one has got hardly any juice in it. The screws are in now. I used the same trick as before by having washers underneath these screws, otherwise they'd come out on the other side, which I didn't want to happen. I'm just cutting the cover to go over the fitting. Oops. Let's hope I got this right. Right, let's see if this fits. Couldn't be better. Well, that's the row done. I'm not going to look at the curtain today, I'll do that another time. I had to nip a bit off the top here as well, rather like I did the other one, but not so much. I was expecting that, so it wasn't a surprise.
Looking from inside the shower, you can see how much extra space the new curtain rail gives. The actual curtain is hanging out at the top, which is only to be expected. From within the shower, there is more space.
I'm very pleased with how the new curtain rail has worked out. It's such a simple thing, but it does make all the difference when you're showering, because there is more space and I'm not spilling water on the floor like I used to. So I'm delighted with the outcome. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. A silly sort of thing in a way, but it's what I've been doing. I thought you'd like to see it. Thanks for watching. Bye for now and take care.